Welcome, viewers, to a very special review today. As always, we may be here in the white void, but things feel a little different today as I'm finally finishing a review on a very dear subject to me. We have the last piece of our jigsaw puzzle within reach, and along with it are coming quite a few feelings as well, as this has been a journey spanning roughly 2 years in the making, which is why I am proud to present Little Miss Yuri here. Yuri fans, you can rejoice! It is the Maiden of Mystery, the Lavender Lass, the Eloquent Introvert, the Knife Wife, or whatever weird nickname you call her. It is her time to shine at last. But on second thought, a review is probably in for its worst nightmare, so this has to be killing her on the inside. But today, I don't care. You are beautiful and dang nabbit, let's acknowledge that! Wow, I cannot believe we're here. Sorry I'm a bit late to the party, but then again, when am I ever on time? But now we're on the last Doki. Man, what a day to be alive. It feels very surreal to finally reach the end of what was once my original quest regarding Nendoroids. Believe it or not, all I really wanted was just a literature club from this line. I have since gone way overboard while waiting, but it sure does feel wild to finally complete my main storyline in the Nendoroid saga. But let's get all that mushy stuff out of the way for now. We can save the feel-goods for later. Let's look at her bonus goodies as I have been so excited to see them. First things first, we have a thank you card from Good Smile. Yes, this is the exact same card that came with Sayori. So I guess this was just the handout for all the Nendoroids who happened to release during that month. But what is really exciting is this little thingamabobble right here. You see, Yuri's Nendoroid happened to go up for pre-order during a month that offered a campaign bonus, which happened to be a randomly chosen camera and ice cream add-on piece for this month. Not gonna lie, I was sort of hoping for one of the cameras with a selfie stick, but I won't complain really, as I still like the colors I got. Oh, okay, this tiny little bag comes in, it's so cute! Of course I would be the one to get distracted by the bag. Come on out. Here is the ice cream bar piece. It feels like it's made out of a very rigid type of plastic. Dang, if only ice cream bars actually looked this clean and crisp in person. Maybe I would eat them more often. But this one still looks incredibly cute though. And here is the extra hand piece along with the camera. I first thought both these hand parts were used for the camera, but I think this other one goes to the ice cream specifically? But going back to the camera, it has some nice detailing considering how small it is, and seems to be made of a hollow plastic type, I think. Reminds me a bit of my stop motion camera actually. But is this hand detachable though? Okay, I don't think it can. It feels pretty tight on there, but otherwise it's still a really cute camera piece that I'm glad to have. A solid mini campaign. And for, well, probably the main reason I got her pre-order from Good Smile US is this little sucker here. Huzzah! I'm not messing around again. I learned my lesson from the Natsuki experience. So of course I went ahead and I got hers as well, and the power I feel. The power! So yeah, all in all, not a bad little lot of extras we got. I know it doesn't look quite as much as what we got with Sayori, but these ones are just a little bit smaller, but I still think it's very nice. I'm gonna look at all the what the crap. Oh. Okay, hi Franco. Alright, this is Franco's video appearance. Hello! You kind of just snuck in here on me, but hey buddy, how you doing? You're looking beautiful as always. Look at that face, buddy. You got any inspirational thoughts or messages for us on this fine day? You're a little stinker sometimes, but you're really pretty. Oh yes, sniff my lights, please. But yeah, thanks for popping in today, buddy. Alright, anyway, Franco moseyed on out, but now we can go ahead and let's take a look at this pre-order bonus, because I've been so excited to see this in person. Say goodbye, bag. Oh, okay, well never mind. I guess the bag doesn't have to die. Sometimes you get lucky and they kind of just peel out at the top, so we can just remove it the somewhat semi-pacifist route. And just, you know, wiggle it out like that. Okay, there we go. I like to preserve the packaging. I'm a weirdo. But anyway, okay, let's just get this tape off. Look at it down the Pringle tube hallway. And let's get, oh crap, fell. There it is, guys. The chocolate bar pre-order bonus item. Okay, holy crap, this is too cute. If you like really zoom in, like, yo, you can see the little fine details of each individual square of chocolate and that little shiny wrapper. Yo, that's so cute. Honestly though, I would have loved if they printed like a little brand on it so we could have like a Canon chocolate brand. I know that's such a weird thing to just want, but like, who are the major chocolate corporations in their world? We gotta question the economy. Oh, and her little hand. Oh, that's cute. But for some odd reason, they actually came separated into like in two compartments in this bag, which we didn't see that with Sayori's. So we're just gonna slice through this real quick. Oh crap, of course it didn't cut on this side, did it? These scissors are useless! Okay, there we go. I fixed it. Here are our two pre-order bonus pieces. Yo! Of course, we got a nice little grippy hand here, especially designed for our chocolate. As for the chocolate bar itself, oh, it's so cute. It's so fragile, it feels like. I love the little details. Got a little bite taken out of it. That is precious. Let's see how it slides in the hand. Boop! And there it goes. It can slide right on down, or you can pop it in from the side as long as the thin part goes in first. It's a little wiggly, but it shouldn't fall out super easily if you bump into it at least. That's probably gotta be like solid second favorite pre-order bonus for this line, only being trumped by the kitty cupcake, because you can't beat the kitty cupcakes, I'm sorry. But this is beautiful here. I love this. Okay, now that we have all the pre-order goodness out of the way, let's take a look at this beautiful box here, shall we? Oh! Hey there, Percy. It's been a hot minute since we've seen you on the set. Where have you been, buddy? Hey, yeah? Have you just had it? Have you had it? Oh. Okay, well, he left in huff. That was very rude. Whatever. He's a little turd nugget. Right off the bat, her box is just as classy as she is. Right here, that's a very nice profile picture of you. Very, very demure, if I may. And, you know, good old number 2283. That's, I don't know, that's not significant. But otherwise, she's just kind of vibing in there. Though, if I'm being completely honest, you're way too chill to be in a box as long as you have, like, I mean, if I may ask, did you put something in that tea before you went in there? You know, we got a nice little teacup there. It's not looking very tea-like, if I'm being honest. It kind of looks more like dried blood. Actually, looks like tomato soup. It's like kind of reddish. Girl, why are you drinking tomato soup of all the freaking soups? You picked the worst one. And up here, little Markov! Look at the little guy. Oh, he's so small and precious. I love him. But other than that, she's like really barren up front, which is a little concerning, but I guess she didn't really have much else going on. They just hit it better with Sayori, apparently. And over here, we got this nice pretty deco. It comes from this Plus wallpaper of hers. I personally really love this design. However, I wish they made the colors a little bit more contrasting, at least like maybe with the line work, making that like a darker purple, as from a distance, they all just kind of tend to blend together. You can't really see it very well. So personally, a little bit more distinction would have been nice. I still laugh at this. I'm excited for this. I've been waiting like 2 years to do this. Good gravy. And oh, I'm so excited for that faceplate. It's so cute. And on the top of the box, we have flustered Yuri again. And I'm not even too mad, just because I really like that faceplate. Then again, she's suffering from the same issue with Sayori, with how little photos she originally had in like her listing and stuff. So we didn't get much choice in the matter. And on the bottom of the box, well, we have her wigging out over here. Also, I'm very excited to see how this will operate in person. And if anything, I'm expecting it to be very similar to what happened with Natsuki. So, you know, very nice. And I love that throughout all this, they managed to always save the spooky ones for the bottom of the box, you know. It really made these very special in that aspect. And there you go. That's pretty much all I wanted to yap about on the box. So just enjoy some nice glamour 360 shots in the meantime. And you know what? Why I'm at it? Let's just compare all the boxes now. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Avengers, assemble! Okay, dang. Oh no, now the feels are coming. Now that I'm looking at all of them. Oh man. If this feels like the closing road to a journey, just looking at all the boxes. Honestly, they didn't quite all turn out how I expected in the beginning. But then again, I didn't really know what to expect after Monica, and so I was like, alright, I don't know what the heck you're doing, I'll let you guys take the wheel. And, you know, in a way, they do look very beautiful together, even if they didn't end up blending as harmoniously as I first thought they would. If we want to get real symbolic here, we can be like, well, you know what, they all have their differences and stuff, but you know, when they come together, they're like that beautiful stir-fry meal, and then, like, they're just fantastic or something. It's kind of surreal, but they each are so beautiful, and each capture the likeness of the girl so well. And I love on the top of the box is just all the color-coded numbers. Like, oh, that just scratches my brain all the right spots. And in the end, I each do like each of their patterns. I still have to say, I think Sayori's might be my favorite, but each are very cute in their own way, and are very personalized to the girl. Although on the front of the boxes, now that I'm looking at it, for some reason, Monica's in the opposite corner of the other three. So I can't tell if it triggers my OCD or symbolism is strong enough to counteract it. As on the one hand, it is very fitting, so I appreciate that. But on the other, it's I love looking at all the little spookies on the bottom of the box too. That's so cute. Honestly, yeah, it just really goes to show how special these boxes were, as these ones have been thoughtfully put together with both references and picture placement where it matters to highlight the best qualities and give something for fans to recognize and appreciate. A nice double layer of cute to scary ratio also, so the average viewer will not immediately catch on unless they know prior. Kinda how it works in the main game stuff if you think about it. I'm just thankful we got this opportunity with all of them, and they're all so beautiful. Oh, my heart is happy today. Okay. Ash, hey buddy! You came just in time. We were about to open the box. Hello, buddy! Oh, did you come to be cute for us? What's up with sniffing the lights? Does light smell that interesting?
Buddy. Oh, hi, sweetie.
Really?
Hi, Ash. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Look how curly you've been getting, buddy. He's been growing out his coat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hello. You have such a beautiful face, you know that? Yeah. You're so cute, you know that? You know that, you little stinker? I love you.
Okay, Ash has departed from the set, so now we can actually get on and start releasing this fine lady. And we need to open something. You know what time it is. It's knife! You thought I was going to say X-Acto Blade, didn't you? Well, I would have normally, but today I figure it would be appropriate to end how we began before I had X-Acto Knife. And, you know, like, I couldn't resist. Like, the knife aesthetic, like, I kind of had to. Pop open this lid here. The trickiest part. For the last time, we shall do the grand old jump scare review as we open the lid. And... okay, it's the exact same one from the bottom of the box, which... I don't know, I guess I was hoping for a little something extra, like maybe a different background at least, but now it's time to slide her on out. We're going to uncharted territory now. Wait, we have no beautiful bright pink. Wait, what? Okay, hold up. Well, she's here! Ta-da! Wow, we got this already. I just can't stop laughing at that one. Okay, sorry. I saw too much, I got distracted. Yeah, okay, let's do instruction book first, because I think I'm going to have some words about that in a minute. Let's start proper, shall we? We have our key components of the Yuri. This is English side, it seems. Alright, we got support arm. Okay, that looks kind of new. At least I don't remember them, like, doing the high res for the back of the hair like that. Disassemblement, we gotta blur that. And, yep, good old that. The Japanese side, real quick. Pretty much just the same, just in a different language. But yeah, there you go. A look at her instruction book. Now we get to look at this background, which I'm very, very curious about, and I think you'll know why. So, as promised, here we have the final boss backgrounds, which is the good old club room, which has been ingrained to our brains, and we've seen it 50 bajillion times. It feels nice to finally have this for some proper closure here, but yes, the beautiful club room we all know. And also, I'm just curious, what do we got on the back wall? Okay, we don't have that Easter egg. And again, on the bottom and the top, we have this really cute little pattern, same as the box. And yeah, I do love that. But I think, as you'll notice, as we turn over the box, I have not seen any pink. Where's my main menu screen? As you can see, according to this flap, there is no main menu screen that comes with Yuri as advertised. Like, did I just happen to get a Yuri that did not have her menu screen as promised? Like, I don't know what's up. Either my Sayori got lucky or my Yuri got unlucky. Or they just lied and they swapped it. So, like, I don't know what's up with that, because I was really excited to have that with Yuri. Since she was the last one, it would only be perfectly fitting for her to have, like, the final 2 pieces we needed for the background. So, they stole your thunder, Yuri. I don't know, it just kind of ticks me off that they promised it with hers and they didn't deliver or something. Like, I don't know, she's the last one, it would have been a beautiful conclusion, but whatever. That's just me, I guess. But anyway, let's look at her optional part sheet, as these are a complete mystery to me. I've, like, not seen anything about them.
Alrighty, and on 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so first glance, hers is definitely, like, the most plain, if that's the right word. That's a rather interesting journal she came with. I kind of like that. That's cute. Okay, that fits her style. And this... Oh wait, are these additional books? Oh my gosh, they have easily disturbed? Oh, that's such an obscure reference. Oh crap. I can't believe they included that. That's so cool. That right though, like, why didn't you just make these book prompts as well?
As this cardstock medium does not work very well for these really thin paper crafts like this, as we've learned with the other 3 optional sheets.
So again, I do feel like it kind of dribbles a little bit into the problems Sayori had with her paper crafts, but at least these ones handle it a little bit better. And of course, here are her quotes.
I guess I would say we're off to a better start than we were with Sayori. Honestly, after her, I don't think anything could faze me quite as much as she did. I can deal with what we have. I do have a few critiques, but, like, nothing as serious. Learned to lower my expectations a little bit. You know, they weren't going to go overboard. But it's okay. Still, this is off to a strong start. I'm still excited. Alrighty, that's out of the way. Let's move on with the flap. Yes, sir. Okay, starting with the teacup piece. Oh, here we go. The little dainty cup itself. Okay, that's pretty cute, you know? Nice little... Oh, they sculpted the bottom. That's some nice detail there. Very petite, very classy. I'm curious, can this teacup come off? It feels pretty sturdy. I don't think it could come off the saucer. That would have been pretty cool. That hand is also firmly attached to that plate, so those do not separate either. And, you know, it's a rather plain teacup. I guess I was hoping for, like, a little bit more decoration. Like, I don't know, like a purple stripe? I don't know, a little something to spice it up. But as for the tea itself, I kind of wish they would have done a little bit more sculpting in here, like some ripples to actually make it look like it's a liquid in here, and not some, like, gelatin in a teacup. Like, this doesn't really give me tea vibes if I didn't already know what drink this is, but I don't know, maybe this is the mystical coffee she once talked about, I don't know. But other than that, yeah, it's a cute little prop. This one won't be getting lost, at least. Next, let's look at Markov. Honestly, I've been dying to look at Markov. Oh, look at it! It's the book. It's so cute. A very simplified version, but then again, I guess it already had a simple cover to begin with. It's just me that thinks it should have been decorated to look like a grimoire. Oh, okay. I forgot the hands can come out. Okay. The hand can't detach from the book, but can detach from the cuff. I forgot they can do that. Sometimes it scares me. But okay, now for the part I've been really curious about. Does he have anything on the inside? Oh! Holy crap! What the? What is this? She got freaking switchblades in here? Is that how she keeps getting my school property? I mean, I don't recall it. Do it. Ah! I gotta love these squiggles over here. Like, that's giving me some shining energy vibes. I gotta respect it. But this makes me wonder, though, if they went ahead and they printed stuff on the inside of Yuri's book, why could we not have gotten some panels for Parfait Girls? I'm just saying, the manga was already open. I demand representation. The paint job is a little on the iffy side on some bits. It's a little sloppy here and there, but I guess they weren't really expecting it to be looked at super closely, so it's fine from a distance. I do kind of wish, though, it would be detachable from the hand, as I would just kind of like to freely hold it, but still very adorable, and I'd love to see it. After that, go for these clasping hands over here. All right, we got the little nervous clasped hands. Okay, this is kind of cute. Looks a little funky by itself, but you know, we got those nice little button clasps here. The hand positions are very nice. I mean, it will be a pain in the butt to put on pose, but. And for our last tiny piece, let's go ahead and take a look at her glitch pop-up piece, which is everyone's new favorite way to represent Yuri in Act 2 now, apparently. But okay, now this is interesting. Compared to how the glitch normally looks, we seem to have more varieties of colors and an updated visual design for this piece. In particular, it seems they have kit-bashed a combo of regular Yuri, Ghost Menu Yuri, and Dragon Eye Yuri, just based on these color palettes alone. So if this was intentional as an extra nod to more of Yuri's unique Easter eggs, then that's freaking awesome, bro. I love to see it. But if not, then that's a pretty big coincidence, eh? Very glossy. Look at that. Look at that shine. Whoa. But interestingly enough, it seems that we have the fusion child of what Natsuki and Sayori's glitch parts could have been. It takes the window pane idea from Sayori and throws the hover window under the bangs bit from Nats. So hopefully it will be the best of both worlds without inheriting their flaws. But not gonna lie, this is giving me some flashbacks from the Sayori incident, so I hope I'm proved wrong and it turns out to work really well. I mean, at the very least, she gets to have 3 faceplates, but still, it's a very interesting piece to look at, and I kind of like it. Faceplates! We got the little the flustered face. Ah! Okay, this one is so cute. Oh, look at that. She's got the little worried sweat drop on the cheek. Okay, I didn't quite notice that one. Nice little blush, and overall it's just very cute little demeanor, I'll have to say. And, you know, as always, the eyes, they do look very nice. I feel like, you know, we got a nice little array of purples. We got a nice little lilac on the bottom, and a kind of a mix of indigo, maybe the hair of blue up above, and the nice little yellow pops, which are very... No! Which are very nicely accented by, you know, just the Nendoroid's very expressive eyes to begin with, so I'm very excited for this faceplate. Okay, and next, we have the very special Okay, I can't take it serious. Oh, crap! We have her unhinged face for her equivalent of Act 2. This is a... Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at it. There's just something kind of scary about it, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. It's very unusual to see pupils this small in an Nendoroid. I suppose there's very few here and there, but got some nice shading on the eyes, you know, look real scary, you know. Honestly, I think it would have been funny if they did the variant with these eyes, but the little happy smile, as I just think the slightly crazy look is kind of funny without going too far, but it probably wouldn't have been as casually interchangeable as this one, so I get it. But okay, this one gets a pass. I like it. I liked it actually. Alright, now it's time to arise the tiny queen from the plastic tomb. Here we go, we got the little lady. Get the plastic out of here. Ooh, okay. She's certainly a hefty little one because of that bulky hair, but she's actually really gorgeous in person, I gotta say. Like, I mean, I'll get this plastic off in a minute, but just like, oh, that hair. Yo, that is an absolutely gorgeous sculpt of that hair, dude. Oh my goodness, look how shiny they made the barrette though. Like, yo, they added like some gloss and glitter to that. That's so cool.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, here she is, all plastic free, and my goodness, does she have a beautiful sculpt. Radiant, exquisite even, if I may be so bold. As man, there's a lot to look at in this girlie. But, you know, just at first glance, she has the pristine drip down to a T. You know, she got the stockings, she got the wubakis, she's got the nice blazer up here with all those beautiful shiny little buttons. A nice pristine ribbon. I have to say, I think she has like the cleanest paint job I personally have out of the three, which is really nice to see. And of course, that serene face. Very nice, very cute. The subtle blush, it's very sweet. I like that. And now for the hair, which is the crown to resistance. It's simply stunning. We have so much going on here. From the nice sway in her front hair strands to give her some flair and to allow more range of movement for her arms. A nice subtle improvement from Monica, as she did struggle with this quite a bit, actually. Of course, you know, they got her bangs down just right. I love the shiny barrette. It's so cute. And of course, this massive hair. Look at all that. Man, I remember when my hair was that thick back in the day. Not anymore, but the masterful gradation on this is stunning. Darker middle, lighter to dark. This nice lush purple up here. There's just a lot of tones of purple in here, which I think really makes it visually pop. And of course, I do love how each hair strand is very well defined here at the bottom. Very spiky, but even following it up, you can see the grooves and curves in it. It's not just like all one flat piece. There's a lot to look at, and it makes it feel very lively. Even up here at the scalp, where we have a lot of dark, kind of almost bluish purple for our nice gradation, which, man, honestly, I have to say, she might have some of the best hair quality out of the four. Like, this is beautiful. Shichibi, you did amazing on all the girls, but Yuri in particular, you did, like, freaking fabulous on my dude. I know you may never see this video, but if you do see this, just know, you are flipping amazing. We all love you, Shichibi. Keep up this fantabulous work. And thank you so much for doing our girls. We are absolutely thrilled with what you've done. Thank you. I'm very impressed with her sculpt. She is absolutely a gorgeous little lady. I pretty much love all her face plates, so whatever little critiques we have, the quality and basically the main components of the set are excellent. Alrighty, we'll just lay down Yuri on the ground for... Dang, girl's like doing a straight up plank. Her hair has so much volume and support. Anyway, yeah, we just gotta get her base out of here. So just looking at it, it looks pretty standard, just your regular base. Here's our little packet of goodies. Let's pop it open. First thing, right in the top here, we have the little clear base that every Doki Nendoroid has come with to display their text box optional parts. An extra neck peg piece, which is thankfully not stunted this time, unlike last time. And we have her base, which is just the standard 13-hole base. And then we got the weirdest support arm I've seen yet. Granted, I have heard that, you know, Nendoroids with long hair like that, they require a little bit of a special back peg piece. This is something. This looks like scoliosis. Technically my first time unboxing and dealing with a long-haired Nendoroid, so we're gonna experience this together. But okay, and there we go. She's on the stand, but the people weren't exaggerating. It was very hard to cram her on there. Like, I mean, it doesn't help that I don't think this peg is meant to go in all the way. Like, my girlie, she needs a little bit more support. Have you seen this massive head of hair she has? But as long as you don't startle her or stare too intently, she should be fine, I think. Okie dokie. Now that we have taken a look at each of the individual pieces, here is what we get in the entire set. Yes, it's still not a ton compared to the first two, but I do feel it's more fulfilling than Sayori's set was, at least for me. Sure, Yuri only comes with a few pieces more, but at least she gets her free face plates. So I'm not complaining. And yes, I'm still holding that grudge out. I gotta cope somehow. But for what we do get, I think they turned out pretty nice. Each of the sculpted props looks great, although I do wish they all weren't basically glued to the hand pieces, as it would have been cute to let them be standalone pieces too. So while it does feel like we have some limitations here, The presentation is pretty good, and I like the interactable aspects of her props. Plus, she comes with an absolutely beautiful hair sculpt, which is definitely up there for one of the best from this collection. Although, let's be honest, all the hair sculpts from this line were fantastic. And really the only thing I guess I would have liked to see personally was a little bit more of an expansion or utilization with some of these ideas. Like, for example, expand the tea set a little. Like, I'm just saying, there's other Nendoroids that have done it really well. Like, take for example, Alpaca Suri. She comes with a full-on tea set that is compatible with other Nendoroids. The idea, I think, could have carried on well to Yuri. I mean, one of the first things she does in Act 1, you know, is like sharing her tea around and stuff. So I think it would have been really cute to include a few more teacups and like a little tea kettle or something, as I would have really spiced it up and hype her up even more to be the one we would end with. As for my second idea, this one is more of an afterthought, but I still think the inclusion of a new blade type could have been cool to see with her. Now, back when I first released my reaction video for Yuri, I had several commenters bring up some good points as to why Yuri didn't get a knife in her set and why that's a good thing. I didn't even think of it like that back then, but it was a good call in the end, considering the only shown knife in the game is used for some not good things. So that would have felt very out of place for the wholesome Nendo line. Yes, yes. However, we have received quite a few new canon tidbits here and there from the Nendoroids, so I feel like this could have been a good opportunity to design a new decorative knife for her, so we have something positive to associate this aspect of her with. There's nothing wrong with collecting knives, and I think showing a different side to her hobby could put a positive spin where we constantly see fear, mostly from that weekend. But other than that, those were the two ideas I thought could have been cool to expand upon. Again, not a deal breaker or anything, but just something interesting to think about. And outside of that, I think she's fine with what she came with. Maybe a few more books could have been nice though. But in the end, we knew she wasn't coming with much, so we didn't set our sights too high. But I still think she's very sweet the way she is. She came with the introvert essentials. I think she's fine and dandy, so I'm fine and dandy too. Oh yeah, so back to my knife point. I may have done a little bit of digging while I was waiting for her, and I happened to find this little specimen.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And I happened to find this little specimen here. Okay, just to clarify, this is a peeling / paring knife, I'm pretty sure. So it's okay. But I figured girly needed just a little something to start her out with. But, you know, it's small, it's cute, and, you know, she can't do anything bad with this. So, there you go, girl! Happy birthday! And you know what? Since we're getting fancy today, you can have a potato. Because it's not a party without a potato! There we go. We have Yuri with a knife. But for anyone who really wants to see Yuri with a small blade today, here you go. Actually, I think she looks very cute with this. Like she's politely trying to mug you. Okay then, I think that's everything I wanted to initially talk about off the top of my head. So now, we can move on to one of my most highly anticipated moments of 2 years I've been waiting for. Oh my goodness! They're all together! The reunion is so beautiful! Oh my goodness, look at them. I can't believe they're all here. Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. It feels so wonderful to finally have everyone. This was such a fun ride. But just to see them all like this, one of my life's many missions is complete. I have reunited these 4 little goobers. And I can rest easy. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Simply beautiful. There's only one thing that can make this better, but we all know that's not gonna happen. But for what we have though, like, oh, this feels wonderful. I'm feeling like I'm freaking Thanos. I completed my Infinity Gauntlet. Life is good today, and I'm feeling the power. Honestly, 4 of the best financial decisions I've ever made. Thank you, Monica, for corrupting my wallet and forcing me down this path in life. But real quick, we're gonna take a pit stop and check out some leg compatibility. I mean, for one, she can kind of sit like that. I've actually discovered if you rotate her leg pegs correctly, because her hair is so long, she can kind of just like support herself. And honestly, that is like so useful because she is a pain in the butt to keep on her stand. I've realized while filming this. And it's not even the fact I swapped bases that's giving me the trouble either. It's just the way the stand was designed to accommodate the long hair. And oh my goodness, it's a pain to do anything with her on her stand. So honestly, I'm just kind of tempted to let her sit like this. She looks pretty content. And for the moment of truth, she is compatible, kind of, with Natsuki's legs. As you see, there's still just a slight gap as I don't dare press it down all the way. It's like really kind of hitting along the edge. Like, it's not enough to dent it, but I was still kind of had to carefully nudge it in there. But for the most part, that's a pretty clean gap. Like, from a distance, that could pass. So we'll take the win. Just keep in mind, be careful. And she is also compatible with Monica's legs as well, which I wasn't too surprised by, as it's pretty easy to fit within her dimensions, honestly. She's pretty lax. Yeah, that's kind of cute, you know? It really makes you realize how easy it would be to make just like some swatchicos for these guys, at least like Yuri and Sayori, who did not even get any lower legs, so it would honestly be really easy, and it would make a lot of people very happy. But I must say, she looks very classy with some darker stockings on. A little curse, but I think I could get used to it. It looks nice enough. For our first pose during pose time today, we have Yuri holding a cup of tomato soup, tea. This pose doesn't seem to be referencing a specific image, but is more so just a way to display Yuri with her favorite drink. It's a simple, quaint, and cute posing option for a casual day of sitting on the shelf or your desk. For this next pose, some creative liberties were taken, as the closest thing this pose resembles is Yuri's plus main menu sprite. However, the book type and the way it's held have been changed, so it might be closer to say it's inspired by that pose instead. Otherwise, I really like this one though. It's another simple yet cute pose showing her love of reading, so you can't go wrong there. But if you fiddle with it enough, you actually can get a pretty accurate recreation using one of the papercraft books. But going off the packaging, this is the closest we got. Next up is the iconic shy pose Yuri is quite well known for. In a funny moment of hindsight though, I have now realized why my clasped arm piece looked a bit weird earlier, as it is in fact not supposed to be twisted like this at the wrist. That is bad. I guess I just happened to get a slightly defective piece, which, you know, it can happen. But luckily it doesn't look too hard to fix if it really starts bothering me in the future, so there's always that. But other than that setback, this pose operates very similar to Monica's clasped arm pose, and it isn't too hard to assemble once you wiggle it in place. Honestly, I think it looks quite cute overall, and it is a really sweet way to pose Yuri and show her flustered side, so I really like this one actually. And here we have our beloved little Psycho, not in the best mindset at the moment, but we'll still take it. But man, I gotta say, her Act 2 pose looks so nice when she finally put it together like this. Good Smile absolutely nailed it with the glitched face part this time around, as it sits perfectly flush with the bangs so it doesn't dent the faceplate, it slides in super easy, and it hovers just the right amount from the face to accent the look, but not take away from the entire pose. I'm super glad Good Smile was able to improve upon this technique from Natsuki and Sayori to perfect it on Little Miss Yuri here. But overall, Good Smile did a great job on keeping Yuri's Act 2 pose respectful, yet versatile, so, you know, it gets a pass from me. I ended up liking this one more than I thought I would. Ooh, and surprise! We are also taking a look at the backdrops since they were, you know, displayed on the box too. And of course, this review wouldn't be complete if we didn't have these two girlies find like cats and dogs in the club room. It's kind of what they do. But now I realize I may have glossed over it in one of my tangents earlier, but it looks really nice to have the clubroom background in physical space after all this time. Definitely super cute for photo shoots, and as always, the print quality is very crisp, very lovely. As for this scene, however, I guess you could say it's up to interpretation what exactly is going on here. I've heard some people claim it's just meant to represent their in-game rivalry or some banter, but I personally thought it came off more as one of their more brutal, heated arguments during Act 2. Granted, it's hard to get an accurate feel for the situation given the minimal faceplates we have to work with, but with this combo, it just doesn't strike me as an innocent, casual banter session. Of course, you can interpret this how you want, but I think it's interesting if we actually got a reference to one of the darker moments that happened in Act 2, as the Nendoroids have tended to keep it fairly light, all things considered. So this does give some food for thought. And saving the best for last, it's the main menu screen! This scene was so worth the wait, as oh my goodness, it is so cute! All put together, oh my goodness. Our girl Seo has been holding onto this backdrop for us for a while now, and boy oh boy does it feel good to finally put it to use. Probably the hardest part about setting this up was getting the backdrop to stay straight, as it did not want to cooperate. But once settled, it's not too bad. As for the girls, they're supposed to stay pretty close to that of the original main menu screen, minus Yuri and Sayori, who had some more direct changes due to physical limitations, I guess. That and the layout, as it's difficult to stack them in a 3D environment. Although, with enough tinkering, I have found you can get a closer resemblance doing something like this, or even this, for example. And while I didn't try it today specifically, I'm also pretty sure you could recreate the plus main menu poses as well, since these are possible to begin with. But overall, I think the scene is so precious once you assemble it for the first time, and it feels very rewarding to collect the entire club once you see them all together again. A overall very sweet scene that I'm so happy to see at long last. Oh, I've been so excited. Alright, and for our last order of business today, we're going to take a look at her optional parts sheet. I have already pre-cut all these out, and out of all of them, they actually might have been up there with Monica's when it comes to simplicity of cutting them out, as these ones weren't particularly too hard. I think the only thing that may cause me a little bit of grief is her journal, and that's just because of the weird little bookmarks that stick up slightly higher than the edge of the journal itself, so that was a little tricky. But other than that, these are pretty straightforward and pretty easy shapes to get around if you have a crafting knife. If you're doing this with scissors, good luck with that, buddy. To say, they're actually, pretty cute overall. Let's take a little looky here at her quotes. Very nice quote. And for the record, Yuri, I do! Okay? I do, just saying. But anyway, so as for a closer look at her journal, I do think it is quite nice. The little cute lily flower decos in the corner. Sorry, I kind of jacked up the edges. As you can tell, I did struggle a little bit, especially these I'm talking about right here, since they're just so slightly higher. It was very, very close cutting. I didn't necessarily do the best job on them, so sorry about that. Big lily, little locket, that's pretty cute. And I did go through this time, and I did fill it full of some custom pages. I tried this time inking the lines with a different color instead of just black and white, so it kind of turned out and kind of didn't, but it was something at least. It looks kind of cute, And with this one, it is unique as it's one of those where you kind of clasp it over like that. And that's how I would normally clasp like that. So I found it really interesting how each of the different notebooks either clasps in a different way or just kind of has some sort of unique symbolism almost to the girl. So I thought that was really neat. Next, we have her poem, which, comes on a very nice, elegantly decorated piece of paper, as you would expect from the Maiden of Mystery. The white does feel a tad bland. I don't know, I think maybe just making a slight shade of purple might have been interesting. But, other than that, she's got a very interesting thought. I think this is the shortest poem I've ever seen her write. That made sense. So, it looks like she took Natsuki's advice after all. Let's go, girl. Oh, that's kind of cool. She writes at a slant too on this. I don't think the others have done that. That's kind of neat. And next we have Easily Disturbed. And for those of you who have no idea why I keep getting excited about this, I don't know, just one of the few books we ever, like, see from, like, I don't know, their world, like, some of their, like, in-world literature. It's, like, one of the very few books we ever see Yuri with, really, in artwork. So, I don't know, it's just really exciting to see just, like, such an obscure book be, you know, in official media like this now. It's so cool to me, but, they do have some slight, you know, texturing on the different sides. Like here, they actually, like, make it look like a sewn spinal cover. That's pretty cool. On these, they do have a slight, you know, page texture. And yeah, I maybe didn't do the best job gluing here, as it was kind of hard to glue together due to it being, you know, such a thick cardstock and it being a very small and thin prop. Like, look at that. That is very thin. So I did struggle a little bit with it, but in the end, I do think it's actually, like, probably one of my favorite paper craft pieces put together. And I don't know, it just looks very cute. And for her last prop, we have the unnamed book, which I have remembered it comes from the plus main menu. She's just holding it. So it's a shame we don't get a title. I would have really loved to know what this one was, but I guess it's one of those older books that only have, like, the titles printed on the inside, which is a shame. But, you know, it's just a very basic red with a black stripe around it. And yeah, it's still fun to see this one recreated. Honestly, I do think the books were a cute little touch, but due to them just being kind of hard to glue and assemble to the size and paper material, I think I would have preferred them as, like, sculpted props instead of paper props. Though I do like the idea, I just think with how iffy constructing them is, I think they would have been better as props, so they kind of fall into the Sayori category there. But, I don't know, maybe just made those two extra items, and, I don't know, give her something a little extra down here, I don't know. But, for what it's worth, I do think these are very cute. They were pretty easy, straightforward to assemble, minus the size and material issue I've mentioned, but a nice, easy way to go out with this paper craft series, so that was fun. Okay, and with that, I believe we've pretty much wrapped up this review. That's everything I wanted to show and talk about, so now it's just time for my final thoughts, and I'll start with Yuri first. So, as for Yuri herself, honestly, she's actually so cute. I actually have really been quite enamored by her, more than I thought I would, considering she isn't normally my favorite Doki either. If I'm being real, Monica's gonna kill me for saying this, but I feel like each time I get to work with Yuri, she grows on me a little bit more each time, so this review definitely helped warm me up to her. And to be honest, I wasn't really sure what to expect with Yuri going into this, as I knew she'd have very few pieces based off her listing photos, and more so just needed her to complete the club rather than any personal attachment from me. But I must say, I have been pleasantly surprised by her Nendoroid, and I enjoy her a lot more than I thought I would. In person, she is super beautiful actually, from her pristine figure sculpt to her glorious hair shading, and she's quite bedazzling when you take it all in. Compared to the other three, her hair color is, you know, obviously much darker, but I think that is a benefit for Yuri, as it's much easier to take in the detail with the darker shading tones used, causing an almost black hole effect as it draws your eyes towards her. Quite the opposite of the average introvert agenda. As for the rest of her contents, I think they were adequate. Yuri got the basic features of the average modern Nendo, even a little bit more fortunately so, some decent accessories, and a really cute pre-order bonus. I don't have many criticisms for this set, besides wishing that they would have fleshed out some more accessory ideas, being more upfront about the background situation, and adding some more variety to the optional parts sheet. The accessories we get are, fine of course, and they cover the basic essentials for Yuri, but I think adding a few more books or even expanding the tea set would have been a great touch to add and really incentivize buying her to complete everybody else for the extra goodies. With the background, I swear I'm not actually mad about this. I know, I sound like it. I swear I'm not. But I'm just more so confused at this point on Good Smile's thought process for swapping the listing photos. Like, the main menu backdrop is literally only displayed on Yuri's box, implying it is a feature exclusive to her. That is generally how the box photos work, unless demonstrating figure compatibility. So the only thing I can figure is that Good Smile had to slap it on Yuri's box because they didn't want to spoil her release since Sayori came out first. And that would have been a spoiler, I guess, but that or it was a last minute change to offer Sayori some more benefits. But either way, it's a pretty minor nitpick of mine, so don't worry about it too much. I'm happy to have them either way. And lastly, with the optional parts sheet, I feel it was rather lackluster considering how much they had to work with. Like, if you check out the bonus goodies on the Team Salvato's website, Yuri actually has so many fun and cute paper props I would have loved to see been swapped. I mean, we still win either way, but it would have been cool to move a few things around, just to make it a bit more impressive. Like, come on, we gotta at least beat Monika's record. Her optional parts were kinda dookie. But overall, I am quite pleased with the Yuri Nendoroid. I do believe she was a step up from Sayori in her weaker areas, as Yuri is able to cover her bases a bit better, and is a more rounded out Nendo overall. Both are still adorable, mind you, but I just feel you get more bang for your buck with Yuri in this case. Looking at the entire collection though, I would still say Natsuki is probably the MPV of the entire group, but Yuri is a viable contender due to her beautiful hair sculpt, gotta say. It really makes her pop and shine. So while Yuri may not come with much, she at least has her essentials to enjoy a nice day out, and any additional arms or accessories can be shared from the other Dokis, so it's all good there. So I would call this a win. We got a win, guys. Yuri fans, you got a W today. Chibi really did an amazing job to end with a bang for us. I'm very glad I chose to close with Yuri today, as I feel she was the right girl to end this lovely quartet with. I see Monika eyeballing me. But she's not as good as you, Monika. Just saying. To save myself. But moving on, there's just a quick little personal note I would also like to share with you guys. So here is my own conclusion. As for my personal conclusion, it has taken me a long time to figure out how to start this. My thoughts and feelings have changed quite a bit over the duration of this project, which has led me to re-recording this part many times now, but at long last, I think I found the right words to finish with. So I guess I will start with where we began. It's very bittersweet to finally reach the end of such a unique project to me. In the beginning, it just started with some funny reaction videos because I wanted an excuse to talk about a special interest of mine and practice some editing. I knew that Nendoroids existed, but I had never been compelled enough to buy one until I saw Monika's listing pop up for the very first time, and decided to take the plunge. Months later, when I finally got my order, it was love at first sight, and I knew I had to complete the club, no matter the cost. And to my surprise, many of you enjoyed those videos and came back to interact and watch the full reviews upon the release of each girl. And here we are now on the final Doki, and wow, I can't believe what a special journey we all got to go on together. In truth, I think that's part of the reason why I couldn't bring myself to finish this review sooner. I just wasn't ready to let go of this quartet yet. Yes, I was super excited to show everyone what I'd been planning and what was in store, but towards the end of the project, I just couldn't bring myself to go the last mile. And at the time, it was very easy to slip away as I had college studies and work to focus on, so this video went from a friendly jog up a hill to a harrowing climb up a mountain, as the months went by. But as we will all learn at some point or another, holding on to something too tightly for too long will only end up hurting you more than letting it go. And I think reaching that point is what finally motivated me to finish this monster of a review. But as a perfectionist, it can be hard at times to feel like I can be truly done with a project, as I always try to make everything to the best of my ability. Since this review was meant to be a finale, I felt I had to make it better than its predecessors. And at long last, I think I've done that. It's still not perfect, but I know it's time to release her. And I feel at peace with that now. I would also like to extend a very warm thank you to all the viewers who tagged along during this series and stayed with me till the very end. There are too many to name by hand, but all your support, comments, and encouragement help make these reviews more special to me than I ever expected. And they offer a warmth that is unique to my reviews alone, and I am truly honored that I could share these experiences with you all. The little community we have made since Monica's review is amazing to me, and I'm truly sorry it took me this long to give you this video after I promised it so many times, but I hope you can still enjoy it for what it is. In the grand scheme of things, this video will probably perform rather poorly in the algorithm after waiting this long, but it's not about that at this point. I wanted to finish this video for me, for you, the viewer, and for them. I always wanted to reunite the club in a reality that could give them the life they deserved. Unlike the world of their origins, we may not be able to save them there, but here, perhaps we can find a way to write the way into a new tomorrow. So I want to end this video on a happy note. Yes, while this is the end of the review series on the official 4 DDLC Nendoroids, it is certainly not the end of content with them. I am very excited to animate with them some more, as well as start unboxing some of the other Nendoroids in my collection now. I have many new faces I'm excited to show you, starting with Toothless next, based on our last channel poll. So needless to say, there is much to look forward to, so let's not be sad that this mini-series is over today, but excited for the future, as this certainly isn't the end. So this is your host, Luigi, signing off for the night, and it has truly been a joy, an honor, and a pleasure to bring you these reviews today. Thank you.